How important has it been and is it to have a mission and core values that drive your personal life, that drive, you and I were talking like how you felt like it was an interesting conversation to say like, hey, is it weird that I have like a mission and core values with my family and like taking my wife and my 2-year-old daughter through them?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think so. Like, cause you tend to think mission and core values that's only a business strategy thing. But what if we take that and think personally, like, because we all have a mission, we all have core values. We may not be able to articulate them, and we may not like them, because we don't think about them. But yeah, so let's talk about that.
Yeah. I did used to kind of, I'm like, is it weird? Because occasionally someone's like, oh, he's too business, or which I'm not. But if you're not business at all, and then you see me have a checklist and a process and then you're going to think I'm businessy. Well, anyway, I've been reading a lot of Cameron Herold's books recently. He was the COO at 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Yep.
He wrote a great book called Miracle Morning, but in some of his writings, like, he almost gives you permission to write a mission statement or core values for yourself and your family. And I'd already written some at the time. So I was like, oh, all right, great. But for example, like my family has a value of organized but laid back.
Nice.
Like, we're going to spend some time and compare calendars and structure time out and structure time with our daughter and playtime. And yeah, some people may think it's neurotic, but guess what? When we're in that time where it's free time,
that's right.
We're totally chilled out. My phone's on silent and we're very laid back.
That's great. So yeah, that's awesome. So think about how that has because I noticed that about you, and that's one of the things I really like about you is because that drives you. Once you have that mission and core values, then it starts to, you can get others on the team, like not only your wife and your 2-year-old Skylar. But it will permeate her life, and she may not be able to articulate them line by line, but she'll feel them, and it'll become a part of her culture and context.
For example, one of our values is have fun making family memories.
It's huge.
It's kind of like part of the mission a little bit. And my daughter just turned 2, and maybe she's a pretty good talker, but maybe 5 months ago, out of nowhere, at some point, when we say bye, and she's like, bye, she started going, have fun.
Nice.
Because she hears my wife and I say, have fun when we leave.
That's awesome.
Which, when I first heard it, I just had this kind of like mindful moment and thought, how cool is that?
Yep. Because what's rad is like mission and core values create culture. And then once you have the culture, then it starts touching other people, and other people come into it and they experience it and feel it. So as you've been growing your business, and like you've become a part of kind of your wife's business now. But in your particular business, you recruit basically coaches to run these soccer camps, and you are not there. So they're representing your brand. So how important has mission, core values, and then the culture, because you have a strong OSA and you have there's a strong culture, and there's a lot of intentionality to that.
Yeah. It's, the one-liner for a staff coach for us is a dependable coach with an infectious passion for the game. And then I could probably write you an essay on the rest of it.
Right.
But that's kind of the one-liner. So one of our coaches, this guy named PJ Steiner, I met him in a parking lot at an indoor facility in Pennsylvania. And within 30 seconds, I was like, this guy's an OSA coach.
That's awesome.
Because he's smiling. He was polite. He was managing the place that we were doing the camp at. He'd been dependable the whole, once you kind of know what you're looking for, it makes it easier. And it also makes it easier to say no to the people that aren't a fit, because I'm a pretty good coach. I can coach the X's and O's of soccer or of a business or how we're going to do things in our process. I can't coach personality.
That's right.
I can't coach caring. And I know that, so I'm not even going to try to do it.
That's right.
It's just not worth it. Occasionally I'll go outside of our target market for something, either a customer or a staff person. And I was like, let me just experiment a little bit. And pretty much I'm like, that was it just proved me correct.
That's right.
To stay focused on the true core values.
That's
Otherwise,
huge.
you can't change people.
And I think that's been a key to building our team as well. When people come visit New Legend, they're always like, dude, you have such a special thing going on with your guys. Like there's this cool culture, and they can't really put their finger on it, but there's something special because the types of guys I hire are not, skill and craftsmanship is very important, but who they are as a person, are they honest? Are they dependable? Are they want to do the right thing? Once you have those characteristics, like then you can train skill. And there's like definitely, just like with soccer, with athletes, there's some people who are just gifted athletes, but that doesn't mean that you're going to want them on your team.
No, sometimes gifted means not great team player.
Right.
Which isn't always the case, but I'd rather manage the process than manage the person.
Yes. Process versus the person. So this is good stuff, and we don't have a ton of time, but like, so if I had to summarize some things that you would encourage every person to think about, what's your mission? What are the core values that drive that mission? What is the culture you're creating? And I think as I look at you, those are the things that I think about when I think about at least the things that I want to emulate. Like, because similar, you recently took over, not took over, but became the director of a soccer club, local soccer club, and you started the process, right? Like defining mission, core values. And now, how long ago was that? 2 years ago?
It was a year ago.
A year ago. And would you say that there's a definite culture shift in that organization?
For sure.
Yeah.
We've either fired, asked to leave, or people have left who aren't the culture fit, which the culture we're kind of defining and putting in place is positive but competitive. And we're not going to scream at kids when they make one mistake. And tough at first, but my goodness, life is so easy in year 2 because we don't have the problems of some of these other people and the parent complaints. And the other thing
point
about culture, whether it's in your personal life or professional, it repels the people you don't want.
Yeah. Thank you.
It repels the people you don't want. It makes it really easy. And if one does kind of creep through, they're the oddball, not you. And either they kind of conform to your vibe, or they move on.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
And that's an aspect of, like, even in small business that any entrepreneur, any business person can relate to. And it's some of the hardest, like, darkest times you'll go to, especially when they're like friends or family. But when they're just not, they're like getting rid of sounds harsh, but getting rid of those people that don't fit the culture, and they never will. And they're only going to create tension and chaos and cause disunity, division. Because one thing I've definitely learned, man, we don't have a huge team, and I love my guys, but we've had people like misery loves company, and there are times when, like, they sense that they're not fitting the culture, they're that odd man out. They love getting some company and getting people on board with them, and then it just makes, like, go back to the other value. Like, it's not fun anymore. And even in our business, and I'm sure in yours, I see you and your coaches. We've hosted your coaches, and we are always having fun. Like, they're great people. And so you should be proud of that, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.